like I said, when you do slow things down, people are exposed.
100%.
People really, really are exposed.
Honestly, never mind.
Huh?
I said honestly, never mind. It's all right. That's the name of Drake's new album.
Exactly. I knew you could. And like, look at you, you find these little cheat segue.
Yeah!
It's a segue though. Nah, man, I'm vexed.
Poet was hella excited. No, do you know what? We're not even gonna do that.
Yes, you
This
can.
is how we're gonna start it. This is how we're actually gonna start it.
And show how you ended it. You can even show them the interlude. I done a little thing in between. I was so gassed.
By the way, I just got this voice note randomly at 20 to 12 at night.
Oh.
Watch him now.
Hey, Chuckie, play this one to all the girls. Let them know. You saying slow down. Drizzy Drake is dropping. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? He drops tonight. And guess whose birthday it is tomorrow? It's Kendrick's birthday. This is the nastiest move of... He's the best. He's the best. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
How did it end?
Chuckie, I may have to revoke that last voice note. Yes, not the last one, the one before. I heard it's a dance album. Big man, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
This guy went from dancing around in his front room at 20 to 12 late last night to 20 to 10 in the morning. Yeah, I'm not on it.
I played it. I listened to it.
Did you?
So
Yeah.
the gal, man, it's not for me, man. It's not
Yeah.
and there was certain like
Can we dissect it?
we can.
All right.
The last track though, with 21 Savage, at least he went in. At least he said came in a Royce and he left in a stretcher. I said yeah. Apart from that, that's not for me, man. I can't even say it's trash. I just have it's just not for
you.
me, bro.
Yeah, I respect that. Can I say? I actually thought it was all right, but I didn't like the last part of it. I definitely didn't like the last part of it. But I'll explain why in a bit, yeah. But see the last song in particular with 21 Savage, yeah. I actually, in a different setting, would like it, but I actually thought that it devalued whatever it was he was trying to do. And the reason why I say that is because if you're going to be experimentative and you're going to get into all of that type of stuff, just make that project that. Don't do it with the experimental thing and then at the end just dash in a little save cut. You could throw that out any time. Remember what's his name? Heady One put out a project. Remember Gang? Yeah. That was his experimentative bag. Yeah, I can't remember who he did that. There was a producer that he did that with, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So he was in his experimental bag. Whether we liked it or not, or whatever, however it was received was however it received. But if he did that, and then at the end of that project, maybe just put like a no better, like done all of that type of stuff.
But what's the point?
Then what's the point? Well, what's the point? Just do that. Just do that. So I was, ironically, when I heard the last part of it, not just that song, but the last few songs, when I heard that, I thought, why did you do that, bro?
It's mad because it's two different perspectives that we're looking at it from.
Yeah.
You're looking at it from, what are you doing, bro? I'm open ears. Oh, I like this project, but I don't understand why you put the end. Right. And I'm looking at it like, I want the end as a full project. So thank you for that one.
I get it. Yeah.
And it's just...
I get it.
It's crazy. It's the fact that, do you know what it is? I think Drake plays in a really, really dangerous pond and he does it so well. This is why I think he's so incredible.
Yeah.
You see, when you provide a service, which everyone's familiar with, and it's like a service that you do and it doesn't change too much, so then the ability for you to carry out that service becomes probably even better over time. Kind of like Tyler the Creator, he just stays in one kind of space until that space is so popular that he's everywhere. But Tyler the Creator literally just does Tyler the Creator. He's an absolute maniac in terms of everything he does, and I'm here for it. I appreciate it. Drizzy Drake musically and sonically tries to appeal to a lot of people, so he experiments with so much sounds, so everyone's in love with a different layer of Drake. And when he's about to drop a project, it's like the level, there's always going to be a load of disappointed people because you've tried to, well, for whatever reason, I'm not trying to say it's intentional, you've tried to please so much different demographics that you're going to piss off certain demographics when you don't cater to what they want. So that's why people think I do love Drake albums, because there's something there for everyone. But if you get like I don't know, like this project here, maybe if there was two of those on a Drake album, maybe I might like them. But like a Passion Fruit, maybe I might like that because it's on. But when you put all of that on one thing, it's just like, bro, like, this is not why I'm here. This is not why I'm invested, bro.
Do you know what? You perfectly articulated what I've been saying for time about Drake albums. Like, you could listen, two people could listen to a Drake album traditionally and hear it totally different. And do you know what made me really deep that? And I think I mentioned this before.
Car Journey, when you was with a particular artist,
and
said
he was like, he wanted to hear all the singing shit, and I just wanted to hear Drake bar. Yeah. And so when I'm sitting there listening, because I'm with him and in the car with him, or whatever, and he's dictating the vibes and whatnot. Yeah. When I'm listening to this, I'm like, oh right, it made me realize I very rarely listen to the slow jam Drake. I very, very rarely listen to it. And that's because I'm a slow jam don. So like those slow jams for me just never really appealed to me like that. So for the first time, when we're going through some of Drake's album up to a certain point, and I'm listening to these tunes, I'm like, right, there's enough of these tunes I ain't even heard before. And it's probably the same way I'm going and listening to some of the stuff where he's spazzing. My man's not really listening to that because that's not really so much for him. This is actually the first time where Drake has stepped into a place, essentially, barring the last song anyway, yeah, where it's like, you know what? Either you're really going to just like this or you're just not going to like it.
I don't think he cares.
Nah.
I don't think he gives a flying fuck.
Do you know what? That's probably the thing that I, in some weird way, I like the most, yeah, is that this one in particular is so divisive.
Because you know what? It's like, it's a part of Drake that you gathered in being Drake. It's like this, innit? Like, I feel it's that sort of selfish thing you have when you have a relationship with something. It's like, hey, I know you. You picked up that trait being the person that you are, and I feel like I helped you contribute to you getting there. So that sounds like Mykonos music. But you would never have been able to make Mykonos music if we didn't support your rap from day one. So how the fuck you giving me Mykonos music? Like, I mean, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like this, if I was in Mykonos sitting down with loads of white walls like I'm in a fucking mental asylum, with a bag of Instagram people and a bag of people that want to be on Instagram, I would feel that that is perfect. We could all sit around, take pictures in front of the same stuff, wear similar dresses, and just do all the dumb things that people do over there. I don't know, pretend you play for Man United and say you want to, do you know who I am? Sorry, Harry Maguire. So basically, that's what I think that's for. And that's cool. There's actually a place for it. And if I'm there, I might even enjoy it, Right. But come on, cuz. When I'm in my fucking ass, come on.
Well, this is the next thing the point I was actually trying to say is,
sorry, bro.
One of the reasons why I like the fact that it's so divisive is because it's kind of what you were saying before. When you listen to a Drake album, usually it appeals to so many different types of things, and I think that he intentionally does that. I think he does it because he enjoys doing it, but he also understands the benefit of being able to make, different styles of music on one project and mesh it together for it to be cohesive and for it to be whatever it needs to be. You got certain tunes that can live in a club. He's always going to do that. You got certain tunes that will just live in a whip. You got certain tunes that he can have around gal or whatever. This time, it's not about being safe. Whatever that is. This is, I'm trying a thing and I'm doing it. Yeah. That was the only reason why I'm like, dash away the 21 Savage record. Fling that out whenever you want to just fling that out. Just leave that as how it exists like this. And however people accept it, and whether they accept it or not is how they accept it. But don't just try to give me a little bit of the barring thing. Because I love that. That's my favourite Drake. My favourite Drake is when he's barring and he's getting certain things off or whatever. But this time, when I've come here, I'm like, okay, you're giving me something different. Let me just take that. Let me just see how I just feel about that. You get me?
Yeah, but I'm a different type of man, I guess. I just know what I like. Like, I'm not, no disrespect. I'm not like 15, 14 years old where I'm still experimenting with life and not quite. I'm the mid. You have the early, you have the mid, and you have Wiley, just old. I'm the mid. And in my mid,
Wiley's looking good these days, by the way.
He is, little trim and running two jokes. But yeah, with being a mid, you kind of have a better idea of what you want. And that's not what I want from Drake. I never, them songs that he does like that on his albums, I never carry them with me in my journey of Drake listening. I don't listen to, for example, Passion Fruit. I imagine it's a great song. I don't really listen to that now. That's just not me. But would I listen to Non-Stop? Of course I listen to Non-Stop. Like, I'm going to listen to things that are kind of more reflective of my day-to-day life. So that Drake project, I'm afraid, it's not for me. Yeah.
I like, expectation killed a lot of people. And of course, you're right. Of course, you're right for feeling, because when it seemed like this was dropping, yeah, or when it was announced that it was dropping, and then obviously it was on Kendrick's birthday, I'm saying to myself, rah, this is nuts. I'm like, my first thought was, you know what, yeah, Kendrick, now you just have to just send for man directly. Regardless of what happens, whether Drake says something or not, you just got to just send for man. And then for that, it's got to be free for free. We've got to witness a free for free, yeah? And then you can pull it to bed. How about that? And then, obviously, I woke up. I went to bed, woke up and that, yeah? And I'm just getting bare messages. Everyone's just raging. Some people, what time did the album drop in the UK? What, about 5 o'clock in the morning? So some of you lot stayed up till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to hear it now.
A dance album.
Thinking that, you know what, you was going to get Instagram quote, which you still probably are going to get some of them, by the way.
There are a few.
But obviously, I think some of you lot was waiting for the Kendrick diss. You stayed up for 5 in the morning so that you could tweet the Kendrick diss and find the bar and do all that type of thing or whatever. And Drake said, no.
I'm not on that.
Drake said, I'm not on that. Drake said, you know what? Like, for 12 years, remember, bearing in mind, I don't know if you know this here, but like a week ago, I think it was around a week ago, it was 12 years since, wait, I don't even want to get the wrong project, you know. Let me just make sure that I say it's the right one. Because I know these lot will start getting on to me. I think it was, 12 years since So Far Gone. 12 years. So he's been outside even before that. He's been outside for a long time. He's been
comeback
rapping.
season before that.
Huh?
Yeah,
comeback season before that. He's been outside for a long time. So like, in all of that time, remember, one of the general consensus that some people were having was, he doesn't expect, he always does the same thing. Boom, 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 boom. For me, I'm like, I look at this guy, right now, he seems like he's happy. He's got a nice little routine with his youth. He's got the basketball league in his fucking, I don't even know which part of the yard it's in. He's got people coming in. He just seems like he's just having a good time. You know what? Now, I dropped the album, what was it, last year? The album came out last year. I'm not sure which part of the year that came out. I can't remember. That's come out. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do something different. I'm doing something different today. And for me, I think that like maybe people in the dance world might listen to that and think that it's a bad dance album. And I definitely understand why a lot of people just were disappointed because of the expectation and what they expected from Drake and what they wanted for Drake, and also the fact that like we've never really heard him do anything like this year. But for me, once I took all of that away, pushed that to the side, got up out of my bed, had food, went outside, did a few things, and then started to run the rhythms and that, yeah, it actually sounded all right to me. Some of this stuff is not like, see, for some of you lot that stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning in the UK in particular, yeah, bearing in mind that even though it's the summertime and the sun does come up a little bit earlier, 5 o'clock in the morning is still a little dark. So staying up at 5 o'clock in the morning and it's still being dark and you got, you know what I mean, the eye bogies forming in your eye or whatever, all of that type of stuff. This music's not necessarily for that. And so I say all the time, sometimes, not all of the time, and it's still not going to be for you. I get it. But sometimes certain music is there for certain environments and certain times. And that's why when certain albums come out, I can't just listen to it immediately because I might need to just be in a certain type of vibe for me to be able to give it a fair shot.
But you know what it is? I hear all of that. That's a nice defense. I hear you. But this is what I'm saying. Let's go back to reality. I was fantastic. If I'm in love with you for a particular reason and you always show me that and then you show me something else afterwards, I have every right to be disappointed because I feel like I've been misled. And I have clear evidence to show you why I've been misled. Yeah. If you said to me, I'm dropping anything else other than that album, I would have been more open and privy to the point that this might not be for me. I saw new album. That's usually a summary of some type of journey. Maybe it's wrong of me to make assumptions, but I've seen you say a project is a playlist and you've not called it an album. So I'm only comparing you to you. I'm not comparing you to anything else. And if I compare you to you, this album is going to stand against all the albums you've done previously. You've never done an album like this to me. So I have no reason to be all open arms and complain about five. I'm not on it. I'm just not on it. But I recognize it's not for me.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a bag of Drake people that are going to be like, this is the best thing I've heard. And they live in Mykonos. And that's good for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And also, not even just Mykonos. I can imagine it banging and slapping off in Lebanon. You get what I'm saying?
And certain
Slapping
parts
off.
of LA.
Yeah.
I promise you, them
Do you know
rooftop
what?
parties.
I'll tell you what. There's a tune on there, yeah, called "Call My Name," yeah. And see when the part drops in the middle, yeah. I swear, if we would have had Kanye doing that bit with a bar from Kanye, I tell you now, that's through the roof. Because Kanye on that rhythm in particular, play that loud and see when it drops into this bit. But I'm gonna play a little bit. Obviously, don't judge it now because I'm playing it low. Yeah, you have to hear it loud, right? But it's called "Call My Name." When it gets to this bit, that's for Kanye to do. Then Kanye comes in and drops the bar. Yo, fucking the divorce is over. Yeah, Pete, this, that, bam, boom. I went to thing. You understand what I'm saying? Come in there with the ski. You understand what I'm saying?
They need each other.
They need each on this particular project. They needed each other.
I think
he
it's
needed Kanye for this.
I think it's more than this project because me, like I said to you before, me and Teach had to talk about this.
Go on.
We had to have a talk about Drake. We like these little talks because then we'll talk about Jay-Z, and we always speak about project for project why we have such an appreciation for these individuals. And a good album's a good season. So then we go, how many good seasons has Drake had in album context? To me, this is a poor season. This is another poor season.
You can't say it yet.
For me, this is a poor season. Because for me, I'm not saying it's a poor season by everyone's. I've already stated that this is not for me. Right. So for me, this is a poor season. And when I speak to my friend who has a similar taste to me, we both go, this is a poor season. And I doubt that we're the only two people on planet Earth that feel like this. Yeah. So then I take a look at all these projects and I go, so what did I like about albums and all of that? And if I'm being really, really hard, maybe we're being a bit harsh because of the disappointment with this album. But I love Drake. I love Drake. Cause there's only about 2 albums that I love. Of 3 that I love.
You crazy.
That I love. I'm not saying I don't like I like the other ones. But when I talk about albums, I'm saying, okay, I'll just put you on and play you. I don't feel that way about all it. And it's getting worse now. So now that this is another album, I'm like, this is another season. Well, I'm not in love with it. Are there moments in this season? There's a line from 21 Savage in this season for me. At least in the other projects, are like 5 songs. I'm like, yay. Whereas before, like, I would say Take Care and fam, I'll be real. For me anyway, like I said, other people will go, oh, no.
No. Listen, don't worry about that. Your opinion is yours.
Yeah, my bro, like, for me, I'm going to the albums right now.
Yeah.
My brother, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. I love. And then What a Time to Be Alive. I love Cause of Future, if I'm being honest. And if I'm going to throw anything else in there, I will say...
What do you like? And then what do you like?
I will throw in, if you're reading this too late, it might be too late, it's just underneath my love, because I really, really like that, but there's still other things I don't like about it. But then after that, I like More Life. Yeah. I like Certified Lover Boy. Right. I like Care Package, but it's not really a project. It's just loads of individual songs that I like, so it's not really a project like that. Views I listen to, like Faithful I Love.
Do you like Views?
I don't know. I don't really play it, bro. And I'm only saying it by when I go to my Spotify playlist. I don't play it.
Do you know what? Can I just say why you just being you're being unfair?
Go on. Possibly, but
I'll tell you why you're being unfair, yeah? Because you've mentioned 2 or 3 that you love. Yeah. And then 3 that you like. That's 6.
No, but no, but I'm saying to you for the how can I say this? For me, rating Drake, I'm having an argument myself, I guess. Right. For me, rating the Drake the way I do, and then how I rate other artists, this guy has 2 albums I love that I will play. But this nigga has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 11 albums.
But you just told me, all in all,
I love 2.
Yeah, but you liked the rest.
No, I didn't like the rest. I liked
you just
3
told
others.
Me, you just said that.
My G, I didn't. I
just asked you, what did you like?
No, and I told you the ones that I like. It wasn't the rest. I don't really like Thank Me Later, my brother. I don't ever play it.
Okay, let's start again, because I know you're going to
All right, cool. So let me
tell me what you
I don't like. I'll show you what I don't like.
No, because that's easy. Tell me what you like. Easy? Tell me what you like and tell me what you loved.
Okay, cool. So I love Take Care. I love Nothing Was the Same. And then I love What a Time to Be Alive, but that's only because of Future. Right. That's why I love it. then when
But
the other
Drake's still
things
on
are
it. You
there,
still got to give it to him.
huh?
You still got to give it to him. You can't
No, I
do
can't,
that.
bro, because there's bare songs
can't
that you
do
got
that.
bodied by. No, because there are songs that, for example, I'm on one on Future's new album. That Drake verse, I can't not. I'm on one. Yes, I'm on one. I cannot stand it. No, not the song with Thames. The Drake verse.
On the new
No, the
Future
new
album?
thing. The Drake verse. And I'm a Drake fan. I'm telling you, bro. I can't stand it, bro.
What?
I
The one, is
cannot
that the one where he says, I was fucked with you when you had the old president, the small presidential?
Let me see.
Oh, that's the other one. That's the Thames one. Okay, because Drake's hard on that. I mean, look, we're not even going to do all of that because we're not going to debate about what his ability. We know that his abilities are.
My point is this, bro. Like, it's getting worse, bro. Like, this project, yeah, man is trying to find excuses to lie. I feel like we're all, bro. Like, I know what I like. I'm mid. I'm not a young boy. I'm not wily. I'm mid. I actually know what I like. And I don't know if other people are being confused and being swayed by popular opinion or divisive opinion or the ability for us to have conversation. But, bro, this is not the reasons why you press the subscribe button. This cannot be the reasons. And genuinely, I think it's getting worse, bruv. And I love Drake. Like, this verse on I'm on one, this is not good, Chuckie. And it's just not good. And then you're saying...
Wait, what? Okay,
And
and
the project,
it sounds like you're changing the argument now. Are you now saying that his
No.
rapping ability is not good?
No, he's a
All right,
rapper. I'm
'cause
saying,
I'm
saying it's not good what I'm hearing. This is not. I don't know what I'm hearing. So,
So the Future thing is irrelevant then because that's Future's project. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And also the reason why I say that it's possibly irrelevant is because we could both agree that the other verse on that is cold, right?
Sensational.
Yeah. So we could dash that one out of the window.
So-
Look, I understand.
I'm just like,
Listen.
what's going on, bro?
I'm just
Like,
trying to. I'm trying to peel the layers back a little bit from beneath the just our personal taste. But I get it. I get what you're.
because you know,
saying.
I think the
But,
moment.
and by the way, I just want to say this as well. Yeah, popular opinion is that it's not a good project. I'm just telling you, when I pushed the noise aside, the popular opinion of it not being good and it's a dance album and it's the outrage and all of that type of stuff. Because when I woke up today, I woke up on the premise of Drake has dropped something poor. So now, luckily for me, I'm just not necessarily swayed by those type of things. I just thought, okay, cool. I'm not going to just listen to this yet because if it's a dance album, I'm just waking up out of my bed. I don't even listen to dance music so much like that. Even though I worked in the dance industry for 1 year. I've talked about that.
Oh, yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
But I was really interested and intrigued about like what these guys were doing and like why it was so popular and whatever. And I had some really good conversations with some of the dance DJs that did the big room stuff and then the deep house guys and all of this type of shit. But for me, it was like, okay, I can't listen to this now. I have to just listen to this differently. But I have found my own way of how I take in music. And it's the same with rap music. It's not, there's no one that is excluded from that. If like Gigs drop something, I'm not waking up out of my bed and just listening to Gigs because for me, sometimes I need to just be doing and there's certain things I just need to be doing for me to give it a certain type of shot and to listen to it properly and take in certain things. So when I pushed all of that aside and I listened to it, I was like, for me, this isn't even that bad. This is not even that bad. Yes, are we going to sit here and say that it is his best work? No. And I don't think that Drake, in my opinion, I don't think, this is me speculating here, yeah? But in the way that this has even come out, when did he announce this? He announced this last night. So even then, that just shows me this is just a thing that he's just putting out. There's no big rollout like there was with CLB or whatever.
Honestly, never mind. I hear you.
He's just doing his thing. This is just whatever it is gonna be. Oh, what? No one ain't claiming the summer like that. Fuck it then. I'll just fling something a little different out there. This is what I've been vibing to. In fact, I love the fact that he didn't do the I'm a piano thing because that would have just showed it was just fully I'm just jumping on a wave thing. I'm glad he didn't do that. But you know what? Like, when you say that this is a poor season, I get the context in which you're saying it in, but I think that like, even with that bit, my only rebuttal to that is, let's see how this pans out in the summer. Then you could say whether it's a poor season or not.
No, but then but what's that got to do with what I like?
No. I'm not telling you.
I'm saying for me, when you take in a project, it's like, you have to remember the reasons why you're here.
Yeah.
I think in life we should remember the reasons why we're here. There's loads of things that we may like, but let's remember the reasons why we're here. I think things are very multi-layered and we have to appreciate loads of other stuff. But the moment that the reasons why you're here is no longer in the context that it used to be in, and this is in anything in life, I think you should question why you're there. Because now you're just tolerating something. You're just tolerating something. So with Drake, I know why I'm there. I know all the reasons why I'm there. And this project didn't give me one bit of that.
Yeah.
So now, when I was going back, I do apologize because I started scouring my mind as you was talking. Like, wait a minute, Paul. When's the last time you've even enjoyed a whole project of just saying, yeah, man? Because now I think I'm making excuses. This to me is a poor season. Certified Lover Boy is a good season. It's an average season. It's Champions League qualification, but I don't think you won the league. I don't think you were near undefeated in the season. Dark Demo Tapes, I think, is like maybe Europa League, maybe 7th place. Then I go down to Care Package. Well, it was sort of like, honestly, never mind.
Yeah, you can't.
You know where I'm coming from. You can't. Scorpions, another average season for me. More Life was another. Like, bro, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? I'm just not rating this, bro. I'm just not rating this no more, man.
You know what? Like, I think maybe album-wise, for me, I actually like Certified Lover Boy. Maybe my standards is low.
No, it's not. This is what you like, bro.
Yeah, Dark Lane Demos, Care Package, I can't really put none of that. Scorpio, yeah, alright. More Life, I really liked. Views, I really liked. What a Time to Be Alive, I really liked. If you're reading this, if you're reading this is too late. I really like that. I like Nothing Was.
Nothing Was the Same was cold.
Do you know what it is as well? Yeah.
Nothing Was the Same was cold.
Yeah. This is the thing as well. Yeah. Sometimes, like what he's done, he's like the bar is so high in regards to what he's done that his fall off, like his fall off is actually mad.
It's a mixture, though. It's a mixture. It's not just that, though.
Because essentially, yeah, I think the place that he actually likes to exist in the most, which is essentially in the club, and also I know that he likes to exist in the conversations of rapping ability more than anything. Yeah, he's still there, and you know what? I think he'll be there as long as he wants to be. Will he always be number one? Probably not. Will he be number one going forward? There's always an argument to say that he may not be. But who is?
Do you know what it is? I'm just like I said, I'm judging Drake by Drake. I'm not really judging Drake by anyone else's standards because I have a reasons why I like him.
Yeah.
And that's the reasons why I'm saying to you the seasons are not the same to me because, again, it would be excuses in my mind. If there's 10 parts of you and there's 7 reasons why I like you and the other 3 I tolerate, the moment that it's now 3 things I like and it's other 7, my brother, that new project has nothing I like on it.
No, of course. So it's not for you.
Nothing I like. And then the project before, Certified Lover Boy, I can't lie. This, like, I'm Too Sexy. I don't really care about that anymore. Like, I didn't even really care at the time. I feel a lot of noise.
That's the one tune I didn't like.
My bro, but then there's a few songs in that I don't care about. Like,
TSU slapped for me.
TSU's a banger. I'm saying Drake's always going to give you that. But I'm saying to you, even, this is how I used to, like, for example, his early projects, yeah, there may be songs that I don't play. But you know when you play it, I'm like, yo, it might even take me back. I'm like, when I hear this stuff now, bro, I'm just like, bro, I'm actually, fam, Drake, man.
What are you doing, bro?
I was going to ask a question.
Go on.
Yeah, I like the fact man said, what are you doing? You're asking too much questions recently, but go on, you got one. Go.
Apologies. You did say, though, that your environment may change your view on songs in specific. So do you need to be in the right environment to enjoy this album?
I'm well travelled. You know?
I can answer that for him because what he's essentially saying is that even if he went to Mykonos, yeah, he might hear it and he might enjoy it for that moment, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he likes it. It's just a moment. So when you're outside, there's a little bit of sun, you're on holiday, like that. That's supposed to live there, but you see, like a place like Mykonos for people like us, that is a couple of days thing for us. That is not our idea of wanting to be there for the whole summer. I don't think Poet or me or people like us desire to want to be in Mykonos for the summertime. Do you get what I'm saying? So like,
I associate Mykonos with Love Island, and I look at Love Island as entertainment and fun and funny. I laugh at things that are on Love Island. Like I laugh at all of these guys. So then I wouldn't immerse myself in something like that, no disrespect to them, and be part of the laughter. And I think there's a soundtrack to that laughter, and I think that project sounds like the soundtrack to that laughter. I want nothing to do with it, and that's no disrespect to everybody involved, and that's no disrespect what anyone's doing. Like Chuckie said, like we're all different types of people. Do you know where I'm coming from? But you didn't give me that before, so now I find that entertaining and laughter. Now you're over there, like, what's going on? What about? I feel a bit. It's a selfish thing. It's selfish thing.
100%.
What about me?
100%. No,
What about me?
bro? I am with you 100%.
It's wrong.
100%.
Maybe.
No, it's
And
not.
then
It's not because
Okay.
you're a fan of what you are a fan of.
Yeah, and I can
think-
see it's like, sorry to cut you one
Yeah.
more time. It's like, do you know what I don't like as well? And I understand you have to balance the books between, because it's a difficult job to do what Drake's doing, you know, and he does it so fucking well, bro. But you see when I can see like he's experimenting, but you kind of know you cut more of a check over there sometimes. You might make a little bit more bread over there. It's just like, oh man.
Nah. Do you know what?
You will make more money over that side, man. 100%. You'll get a
No.
one more booking over there. It's a crazy thing, bro.
Yeah.
I just
but,
think
But you know what? Honestly,
The rapping thing's not gonna pay the bills
it
like
must-
that.
You see Drake's yard.
No.
Drake's thing's different.
Do you reckon Drake's thing is really built off the hardcore rapping songs, or is it built off the
It's
big
built the
collaborative?
proper stuff, of course, poppier stuff, of course it is.
So-
but like, I don't think Drake's done it for a check. I just think he. But bro, he's fucking with Black Coffee. Black Coffee's so like, why would
Black
you not want
Coffee's
to?
30, yeah, he
You
is
understand
Black
what I'm
Coffee's
saying?
30,
Like,
he is 30,
that's
very
a
30.
that dot and he like he's like,
man.
didn't he fucking executive produce this thing as well?
Sorry,
So-
it doesn't sound like he's doing it for a check. It sounds like that's a check. Like,
It's
when
check
people
my-
say
it's
that
check music. I
Check
knew what you
music.
mean.
Do you know where I'm
Yeah,
coming
it's-
from?
it's
Yeah,
money music.
Like
I get
when
what
you
you're
do
saying.
that, it's like, oh, it's gonna make a check. I'm like, oh.
But this is the thing, yeah. This is, and again, I could see. I'm just like giving a different thing that obviously doesn't. No one necessarily needs to take, but it's like that time, yeah, when I went and I worked in the dance industry for a bit, yeah, for a year. It came off the back of like me going to. I went to an event one time and I went to Wireless one time. I see fucking Jay-Z on the stage. I've gone back to the same place the week later, and I'm just seeing one DJ on the same stage that I saw Jay-Z on. Yeah, and to me, it just blew my mind because I'm like, what is this about? Like, why are people, like, why are so many people here just to see this one Don DJing? I couldn't, and as a DJ as well, like, I just couldn't understand it. So I started going and venturing and seeing like what this was about. Now, granted, there was a big element of it that I hated musically. It just was not for me. But there was a certain style and sound that I actually really started to like. It was not necessarily the big room stuff, but you know what? In plain terms, more the Black Coffee style of stuff. You know what I mean? I really just started liking that and started following him and started following some of the other DJs and whatever else. And bro, I went to a couple things on my ones, and it because there's no point me telling my brothers about it.
Yeah,
Benny's not
yeah.
coming there.
I
He's
hear
just
you.
not coming there.
It's not his
No,
thing.
the man them is just not rolling there. But you know what? I kind of liked it, and I just wanted to just see what it was about or whatever. So for me and my own selfishness, but also for my enjoyment, I'll go there and just catch a vibe and whatnot. And I still to this day
Go to
only
them.
when I'm still not. I don't necessarily go to them, but I got playlists in my phone. I listen to certain things, and when when I was DJing in Nike, yeah, I remember them saying there was like some big meeting where they were saying that like they wanted the DJs to make it a little bit musically diverse, because sometimes some of the DJs were in the store just playing like some hard rap music and whatever, and the manager was like, it's cool, but like if you could just, you know what I mean,
Mix it up.
so my
Mix it
mix it up was, I'm not going to do the pop stuff, but I'm going to play some of this other vibes, which is more, to be fair, it's more Afro-y. It's more Afro-y.
I
Yeah.
like where you're going.
So like now I'll be in that, and then like sometimes like a couple of people will come up to me and they'll be like, what's that? Like, what is that you're playing? And I'm like, you know what, maybe I might just make up a next DJ name, like cover my face. You get what I'm saying? And just like, just so I'm not confusing people, because I don't want to, one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to come on the pod and then start talking too much about these guys and whatever it may be, because I'm confusing people. Now, Drake could have done the same thing. The only difference is that unfortunately for him, he can't put on a fucking balaclava.
Okay.
You can't put on a balaclava or change up his voice or whatever it is. So now, when you've gone from doing all of these, how many albums has he got? 12? Did you just say 12? 11. 11, yeah? Is that including this thing?
I think so. Carry on.
Okay. So now you can't have 10 albums where you've had a certain type of formula and then had an album like this and then not expect some kind of backlash. My speculation is, I don't care. I've done 10 albums of this. I'm gonna give you one thing, however it is whatever it is. Me and the man them's gonna have a little summer, spruce up the thing, and then when we're ready, I'll come back and, you know what? I dropped it on my man's birthday. Say something. I dropped a dance thing or whatnot. Come outside. I've given you something to laugh at me with. How about that? I've given you something. Come outside then. Give me a slight indirect. I'll come back outside and spin off a man's neck.
I still don't think Drake's on that no more.
Don't you?
No,
Why?
man. I feel like, you know, I was talking to TJ about it. Like, when he started this rap thing, he did look like he was on that. He backpack, comeback season, so far gone. He was chilling. It was cool. Like, it was all cool. Then it got a little bit complicated. The Meek Mills and all of these people going at him, and then he had to show sort of the hard shell, so he had to prove his point. I think he's proven so much. This guy's at the top. Look at his bloody house. Like, I think headspace wise, he probably is in Mykonos, to be fair. Like, what the fuck is there to do? Like, who's gonna clash me? I'm Drake. If I just go, I'm gonna clash you. That's probably gonna be curtains for somewhat of your career. It's gonna be a bad thing. Let's be honest. Even Meek Mills is my friend right now. So I don't even have that energy because someone's throwing it at me.
That's true.
So who can I even go for? The Pusha T thing, I'm not really gonna go for that. That's a personal thing. Like, I'm hurt in real life, so I might go and do a song with Jack Harlow and throw jabs, but I ain't about to do that over here anymore. Like, that's really, really hurt me.
I think he wants to punch him up more.
I think he probably wants to fight him a bit more. So then it's like, where are you?
Yeah, but this is why I feel like Drake is where he's at, and the fact, like, why he's always been on top to this degree, because I feel like he's always felt like he's needed to prove himself, even more so when everyone was questioning his pen ability. And you know what? Ironically enough, I'm with Marvin Sparks. I saw Marvin tweet today, and he was saying that, like, he went into this analogy where he just felt like he thinks that maybe Drake might be bored of rapping at the moment. And I'm like, you know what? I hear it.
So do I.
I hear it. You know what? Like, do you know how easy that is? It is easy for me to just... And on top of that, you know, when it comes to the stunting thing, you know what I'm on.
Yeah, for
like,
real.
You man know what I'm on, bruv. Like,
that's like,
look,
what's he
I've got
gonna
a
do?
basketball league in my yard. Like, come on, bruv.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
real.
man. You know what? Fuck
You know what?
it.
Go Mykonos.
Come here, go. Yeah, exactly.
Go Mykonos.
Like,
Fuck
let's
it.
go Mallorca. Fuck it, man.
I hear you, man.
Little one thing. What? You
But
know what I
I'm
mean?
just
With
selfish.
Chubbs and them, man, there.
I'm still selfish though, man.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But Drake's got you. That's one thing you should know. Drake's got you, my brother.
Please, man.
Come on, man. Give him what? December.
Do you
No,
know-
October.
Do you know how I am? It's like this. Obviously, Drake doesn't understand I come from trauma. So you know the ones where I'd rather not see my papa, and then when he come round, we go do a mad thing. Then I see you frequently, and it's just not what I expect.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm coming from?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just a little...
So
It's more of a me problem.
you reckon? Do you reckon he will gain a significant fan base by doing this type of stuff? By the way, do you reckon is like what are the gains? But
I
aside
don't
from
really-
financial,
To be honest with
which
you...
I don't even think he'll tour this.
It's not even money, man. To be honest with you, I don't know. I just don't know. I really don't know. I don't know that scene. I don't know how profitable it is. I don't know. So he knows why he did it. His business has been incredible for so long. But I can just tell you, as a fan of his business, when I go into the store, there's only one department or a few departments I go to. I don't really venture over there. So when they're doing big celebrations and all this big presentation over in that department, I'm just a little bit jealous in my side. Like, what I go on for over here? The shelves are falling down. The staff don't look happy. Beer things are going on over there. I don't like that. That's all it is. I'm being honest. Damn it, Drake, man.
Nah, man, Drake, you did a thing still.
Was
The
it a
last
cliffhanger?
bit.
Was it a cliffhanger at the end with the rap? Is
I
it a
didn't
cliffhanger?
like it. I didn't like that.
I'm saying, is it a cliffhanger? Did he go left because it's a cliffhanger?
Okay, I hear that.
Part 2 might be something that I like.
I just don't think he needs to drop. Honestly, like, he doesn't need to do, like, right now, he just doesn't even need to do anything right now, man. He doesn't really need to do anything. He drops CLB last year, whatnot. Like, he can just rest if he wants. I know someone, like, a couple people were saying, oh, you know, that, like, he didn't even like, there's a potential that he didn't like CLB. He hasn't announced a tour or anything like that. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, world touring is very long, you know.
Tiring.
It's incredibly tiring. And it's like, it's fun at first as well. But see, like, when you're 12 years in, 13 years in, and you've been world touring and that, and now you've got you could see him, he's posting a lot. His youth just looks mad happy. They're just in the basketball court, just playing basketball. The youth's at LeBron. You know, like, there's just a nice routine. It's hard. It's hard.
Do you reckon it's adulting? Like, he's just doing a bit, because really and truly, if
Probably,
he does the Mykonos
yeah.
music, it lives and exists without him having to do anything. He doesn't have to do no promotion. They'll play it all the time. It just sounds like Love Island. It sounds like when I go H&M, it might be in the background as well. Like, it sounds like it can live and exist and do what it needs to do without him having to do too much.
100%, bro.
So then, do you know what?
100% as well. Do you know what? It's like as well. CLB's come out. The one song that was like has obviously still been played a lot. Yeah, commercially is the "I'm Too Sexy" thing. It's come to the summertime now. You know what? Just getting a little play here and there or whatnot. But nah, fuck all of that. I tell you what. I'll give you something different for you lot to play in the summer while you lot go and do what you're doing. I like this stuff. I fuck with Black Coffee. I've been fucking with Black Coffee anyway because you know what I've done with him in the past. You know what I mean? We've gone to a couple of his raves, X, Y, and Z, whatnot. You lot can have that. Boom, bam, bing. I'm just there finishing up my basketball league in my yard with the man them, a couple gal and whatever it may be. And
It's
boom,
so lit. From
Come
that
on,
perspective, that is.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's
It's like
cold.
me and Chubbs and them man there and my man with the pouch and all of that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Drizzy,
My man who's
well
like,
done,
come on, man.
Well done,
Yeah,
man. Well
little
done.
like gym and that little like gym session with my man and whatnot. He's got a gambling problem, no? I'll tell you that it looks like that. Drake's gambling fucking hundreds of thousands of pounds, which I know that is not a lot of money to him, but my G, this man is dashing away money. But you know what? A certain guy, you saw what he did with God Plan. Man went out there and started giving out stacks and that. Look,
God's plan. You see what we do at Christmas. We just drive around Canada just giving out money.
well, you know, come on, man, things different. The
These
Chubbs
things-
and them man there. You get what I'm saying?
These things different, you know. I
Yeah,
can't lie.
man. Big
Drake's
up
things-
Chubbs, man. Come sit on the couch. You know, forget about Drake. I want to chat with Chubbs. Bring out Chubbs. Come true, man. Cha. Man,
That's
them and
mad.
that. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
check to his DJ.
Future.
No, thing was DJ. Drake's DJ. Mitch has an interview
Used to be
with Drake's
Future.
DJ in 2011.
Future. That
His
used to
name
be-
Future.
Yeah, that's his manager. He manages him now.
Sorry, when you said Future, you know that I only identify.
Oh, no,
with
yeah,
Future.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, so. But yeah, like Mitch got interviewed, and I saw a picture of him the other day. I looked at the interview of him and Mitch, both looking skinny as fuck. And now them niggas are both put on weight. Mitch is looking, you get me? Go on,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
your thing. And the
100%.
brother, the chain's bigger, everything. I say, yo. I mean, let's talk to that DJ and see how because he's been there from day one. Like,
Been there from the
what does that
beginning.
look like? Like, as someone that stands beside Drake.
It's a
like,
great. All of those are great conversations. I think the person who's like at the forefront of it, yeah, that's a cool one. But the person who's standing behind it and actually observing it from a different angle is, and also negotiating certain things too, and why they've negotiated it. Drake said in the thing, Future signs the contract. He don't even need to tell me. That's the relationship.
Shit.
That's the relationship. But yeah, Future was his DJ, and I think still, I don't even think he uses a DJ now. But Future's part of the management team. There's a bunch of men in the management team that are all his dons. And let me tell you this here, I don't know how it's being bust down, but understand this: 5% of that is sensational stuff. Sensational stuff. 5% of everything. What?
3%.
Listen.
You see, when you start taking them 5%, that's when you realize, oh, that's why you said 5% from day one, because we were going to get here. That
We're
sounds
gonna
sensational.
get here. Everyone's getting five. Well, there's maybe 4 men that's getting 5% or whatnot. Yeah, that's lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Especially if you live in a country where the cost of living is not that high. It's
Yeah,
even better.
exactly. Well, I think Toronto's mad expensive though.
All right, let's just try and
Toronto's
bring
like London. So Toronto, obviously you got London, Toronto. You got Manhattan, and where else is? And then obviously, like those are the main places that are like. They're saying Brooklyn's getting mad expensive, by the way.
What?
Brooklyn.
Oh,
Brooklyn's getting mad expensive. All these places, people are, you know what I mean?
Where's
buying up the
Dumbo?
places or whatever.
Where's
Huh?
Dumbo?
Where's?
If there's a place in Brooklyn called Dumbo,
I don't know.
check for me, please.
Yeah, all
I
of
I
these-
knew Brooklyn was getting expensive because Jay-Z said it in the 444 album. I could
Yeah,
have
man.
bought
All the
a place.
cities and that are just becoming mad expensive. They're just like there's still other cities in different countries that are calm, but when you look at London, Brooklyn, Manhattan, and what do you call it? Toronto. I'm assuming LA.
LA's expensive, bro.
Anyway, what,
Cost
around
of
there,
living's
whatever.
too high.
Yeah, man. All right, boy, you got howlers. Come on, my brother. Fling on the hat.
Drake's the first one.
Oh shit, nah, man, you can't give him a howler.
Never. Expectations are howlers.
Okay, ready.
I think expectations are howlers.
Ready.
Man, I need to go to the toilet. Now, Chuckie, when I was thinking about the howlers, I thought about the howlers last week. How do I come back? Because there's howlers.
Go on.
There's always howlers. Where do we start? Love Island. Now, I don't know if everyone's watching it, but I am. And there's a lady on Love Island that reminds me of Future. She reminds me of Future. She's linking one man in the quiet, lips in it so no one can see. And 2 minutes she's downstairs asking man to make her food. Now, this is the type of woman I like. Because she's evidently who she is. You accept it, but you want to change it. That's who she is.
Right.
Accept that. But that's not the problem, Chuckie.
Sometimes I love an unruly gal.
Like Laura Whitmore, who claims the house stinks, and when they asked her what does it smell of, she said B.O. and Lynx Africa.
You what?
That feels a little bit funny to me.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm coming from? There's so much different smells that you can say you don't like. Laura Whitmore, I imagine you got loads of money. Money sharp. But you specified Lynx Africa. Why?
There's an undertone in that.
There's so much links. Me have beer links across London. Beer things and whatever. You said Lynx Africa.
There's an undertone in that.
I'm not going to say too much, but I would like Laura Whitmore to come forward and just defend. You just tell me your case, because I wanted Maya Jama to get the job anyway.
Yeah, and so did I. Yeah, how comes they didn't... Yeah. Anyway, don't start me off on that.
We'll leave that one there, because there's not much you can say, but I'm just saying, people, it feels a bit weird.
Yes, that's a tad bit fishy, I'm not going to lie. What do you mean Lynx Africa? What are we doing here? B.O. and... What are we doing here?
Why did you do that? The same question I'm asking the people at University of Central Lancashire. Now, university is a good place to go to educate yourself. You go there from college, you get some good grades, and then you say, you know what, I want a first. But you don't want to be the first person to go through racial abuse. Why would you want to go that through Lancashire? Why would you want to go university to go through that? And then when you voice your opinion and you say, yo, this is wrong, they suspend you.
What?
They suspend you. So then I go, well, was it bad? I mean, what did the person do? So then I say, Chuckie, I will show you. Now, there's a clearer picture, and I did ask for it on Twitter. I doubt I got it because they know what I'm on. I'm on absolute crud. Chuckie, I mean, would you have a picture? Would you have a problem if someone backed their top and got someone to write, I hate niggers, with a Nazi sign on their chest? Would you have a problem with that, Chuckie?
This is disgusting.
Let's discuss things, Chuckie. I think that's a little bit wrong. I don't know. Lancashire, wake up!
That's disgusting.
Wake up! How are you trying to police their response for being abused? How are you suspending them for you feeling that it's not the right way for them to express themselves after they were abused? You weren't abused. They were abused.
Right.
Why are they not treated like the victim? Why don't we say, how else can we try and make you feel better? Why do we suspend them? Ain't suspensions for people that have done something wrong.
Right.
So if they get a suspension, how about the man that said, I hate niggers? What does he get? Find out next week on Lancashire. But you won't, because you ain't going to say nothing. You're just going to hide away. Something else happens and then we all forget about it. But I won't. You'll see me soon, Lancashire. You'll see me very, very soon. I don't like
story.
that.
It's the same old story, isn't it?
Same old story. Now, I think there's something that we don't appreciate. People play it down. When he was gone for a long period of time, I certainly missed him. And I'm back to tell you a word from Jamie.
Stop saying everything's a gamble to try and make it.
Let's go. Me will this.
Stop saying everything's a gamble to try and make people gamble.
Right.
How about that? Stop saying everything's a gamble to try and make people gamble.
Right.
All right? If I'm trying to pick up my friend from work at the same time trying to rush home to catch something on TV, but there's traffic, so it's a gamble if I leave out right now. Yeah, that's a gamble, but I'm going to try and leave out and do it. I'm going to try and change the course of action by doing something for it.
Right.
I'm just going to give somebody money and hope for the best. That's a gamble that I have no control over. That's gambling.
Right.
Yeah? Everything's not a gamble. Respect reality. Stop trying to make everything, it doesn't matter what, like, stop trying to do that stupid stuff. Respect reality, I beg.
Respect
Yes.
Yeah.
So the word from Jamie this week is respect reality. Now that is something I'm just gonna throw to my crypto brothers and sisters. Respect reality. I understand you can't trying to say all of this and that. I've got another one for the crypto brothers next week from Jamie. Yes, word from Jamie will be here every week. As long as he posts videos, I will let you know his word. I love you, Jamie. Now the last highlight is for the hood.
I got crypto, by the way.
I know you have, and that's why I had to say it. Ha! Now, the last one is for the way we used to pronounce things back in the days. I was with my friend yesterday, and we sat down, and he goes, oh, you got some new paradas.
He
Paradas?
said what?
Paradas? Then it hit me. I said, blood seed. I used to call it paradas. So, everyone that's
shit,
above the
did you,
age
yeah?
of, like, 27, the people in the mid,
Yeah.
you had stinkers. Everyone called it paradas. They're called Pradas.
Right.
There was never an A between the R and the P. It never existed.
Yeah.
So you implemented the A. I'm dyslexic. I just agreed with it. I just carried on with it.
Yeah.
That was my excuse.
Yeah.
What was yours?
I never,
Let me know.
I actually-
Chuckie, did you call it Paradas?
No, I didn't, you know.
You're the
But
one
you
of
know
the few
what? I
people.
found there was a word that what was the word?
Chuckie, did you hear people call it Paradas though?
Yeah, I did, definitely.
Everyone
That
called
was
it Paradas. Idiots. My older cousins, you like... Well, actually, I won't say that because you're stronger than me. You're disappointing.
There was a word that I realized I was saying wrong for my whole life.
But this one's not as bad as my granny. My granny used to call electricity electric city.
Electric
This is
City,
not
yeah, I
electric
remember that,
city.
yeah.
Electric city. Where's the electric city, granny? Go on and get the electric city for me now.
Or they say comfortable.
Comfortable. What?
Comfortable. 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 Comfortable.
Do you know what? Back in the day, talking to my grandma, I was like trying to watch Love Island and understand what Davide's saying. I need subtitles in real life, big man. You better start walking around with these subtitles. I don't know what you're saying.
I wish I could remember the word, bro.
Look
You
at
know
you,
what? I was trying to spell
struggling.
it. I was typing something out and I was trying to spell it. I was like, how come I keep spelling this thing wrong? So then I went on Google and I typed in the way that I was spelling it and then it gave me the correct way of spelling it. And when I read it, I was like, bruh.
That's the problem.
I've butchered this word. I can't. Let me see. Let me just
Go look
check
for
to
it.
see if I can.
Go look for it. And people, first of all, can I say thank you?
Nah, I can't find
You
it.
sent me so many howlers to the point where I'm saving some. Now, there's some that we need to
I
talk
got
about.
one.
Like, for example, Vince McMahon. I mean, we know what he done, but we'll speak about that next week. We'll speak about Vince McMahon next week. We don't have to talk about it now, but Vince McMahon, I'm glad you know right now, you can't just run around and have sex with whoever you like. That's not the way the world runs.
Comment watch.
Oh, is there a comment watch?
Yeah, I got something still. Almost 6 months since you announced the name change and still no name. Right.
Oh, damn it, I was meant to post a video today at 1 p.m. Now I can't. Before you get onto that, when's the next time to post today? I can 6 p.m. but it's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, they say around that time, but when it's hot outside like this,
You just got to
techie.
save the post, innit? I should have tried to do a little 1 p.m.
Sunday's techie because what? There's festivals happening on Sunday and it's supposed to be hot.
So if I done 1 p.m. today, I was cool, innit?
Yeah. Was it a paid one? Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
we don't worry about that. We don't miss the paycheck.
I
Anyway,
hear
back
that.
to you, my brother.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, it's HC Pod for now, innit? It just is that. But you know what? We was working on certain things or whatnot, yeah, and it's taken a bit of time. But one thing, you can't rush greatness. That's one. And two, do you know what? And I haven't even told you this yet, but I've just been thinking about this, like when I saw this comment yesterday. I thought, you know what? Maybe in order so we definitely don't rush the process in this, and we haven't been anyway because we're 6 months in and we haven't given him. Huh?
It's right now. It's the Hard Chill podcast. We are chilling.
Listen, we are, and you know what? Maybe we'll just announce it at the beginning of next year. It's HC Pod this year. How about that?
Most importantly, people, you understand half caste is a derogatory term. So we've now stopped doing it, and now you're vexed that we're stopped doing it.
Right.
We're saving white people. You could have been walking around and you could have said to the wrong thing to the wrong Jamaican granny and got a stick smack up in your face. We stopped that from happening. So I would like you to say thank you. Don't rush greatness like Chuckie said.
And understand this as well, yeah? Irrespective of the name change or not, which there will be, but really it won't be because it's still going to be HC Pod. There's still the H and there's still a C. And it's still going to be evidently HC Pod. There might be some text underneath it a little bit, or the logo is going to be done a certain way. You know what I mean? We got to done designing a cold one. But the premise of it is still going to be HC Pod. You're still visibly going to see HC and Pod, but there'll be something underneath it. And do you know what? if you don't see the thing underneath it, you make up whatever that is. Just make sure that shit's cool as fuck.
Me personally, this is just a bag of excuses for us not being able to do it on time. We apologise and we'll be back soon, guys. Until then,
But
fam.
there's no rules though.
But you got content. You see what I'm saying?
We're still here. Could you imagine we just waited for fucking... Imagine
Till
we
we had the
waited.
name.
Yeah, till we had the name. So we've had all this time off. Mental. Nah, fuck that.
We
man.
get a couple
man.
giggles, man.
Listen,
Look after and ting. What
Just
I'm
worry
to you?
about the content more than anything. You can tell your people that you watch the HC pod. If they ask you what it is, what it's about, just send them the link. Just do what you usually do. Do what you usually do. Do what you usually do. Nothing ain't changed. We're just changing stuff over here, but it's all right. I'm telling you, we got this. It's just taking a little bit of time. Anyway, my brother. Yeah, that's me. I'm going strawberries and cream tomorrow.
You know what? I was going until Little Wayne was.
I heard Pretty Patel stopping the flow, blood.
Was it her?
Yeah.
Why?
He cannot claim his visa. They're saying
Why?
He's got something to her. Let me just check.
What's wrong with PP, fam? PP's getting on my nerves. Didn't they send the first flight of people back to Rwanda the other day as well?
I don't think that actually went. I'm gonna check that actually. But they were that was cancelled. But they are gonna do it anyway. Do you know about that? Do you know about all of that?
I mean, not in great detail. Just know that anyone can go back there, even if you're not from Rwanda.
Yeah, the Home Office has banned him from the UK. Bearing in mind, just to be clear, this is not a unusual thing.
But they
rappers.
banned
If
him
you've
for
got-
what?
It says, oh, so wait, because he's been in jail, can't be. The rapper whose real name is Dwayne Carr also admitted to a weapons charge. Oh yeah, okay. So it was a weapons charge in December 2020. Now what we do know is for a very long time, if you have a weapons or a drugs charge, it's very difficult for you to go to America, and it's very difficult for Americans to come here. That has been existed for a really, really long time.
I can be honest with you. If you got a gun problem and you go to America, they should just let you in. Fucking hell.
But I mean,
How they treat that like COVID in China? Like, come on, my brother.
yeah, I don't know, man.
You can't walk into a country where you can buy a gun in Walmart because you have gun charge. This does.
But the thing
Make
is,
it
though,
make
the one
sense
thing
to
that I will say is this, yeah. Surely the promoters and the agents must have looked into this before they did this booking. Surely, because I would have been able to tell you, if we're booking Lil Wayne, knowing that he has been to jail, I didn't know, like, he went jail years ago. I didn't know he had a weapons charge of late. But you would check these things, innit? Surely you would. I would like to do that and announce it, and it be up in the air. And then for this to happen is a stinker on their behalf. To be fair, if they didn't do the due diligence, because it's common knowledge. Enough of my brethren can't go to America. You know?
Yeah, same with my bedrooms.
They can't go. They have to find all these different types of loopholes to get in there and all of that type
All
of
of
stuff.
that.
And it's the same for the like artists. It has to be. I think it's like literally something like 10 years. 10 years from the time.
And then you can go.
And then you can come. But other than that, yeah, you can't. But the Rwanda thing is kind of interesting, man. It's mad. Like,
What is,
obviously-
so, why are they shipping people there? Why did they choose Rwanda? Because Arsenal put it on their t-shirt.
They've struck some type of deal with them, yeah, where they get 120 million. Obviously, Rwanda has been going through a big transition since that genocide in the 90s. I don't know if you know about that. There's in fact, you know what? The thing that you should go and watch, yeah?
Yeah.
The thing that you should go and check out, there's a film called Hotel Rwanda. Watch that.
Hey,
Watch that.
I've seen that so much times. I've not watched it
It's unfortunately incredible.
because of what happens.
Because
in
of
it,
what
but
happened and the story behind it and whatnot. You have to. I'm telling you, watch that Hotel Rwanda. I promise you. When you go and see that, yeah, come back to me and tell me what you thought about it. The amount of people that got killed in that just because of the color of their skin, and it was black people that was doing it, but it was all part of colonization. The Belgians came in there, divided people up. So like you had two tribes, the Hutus and the Tutsis. They ended up killing I think it was almost like 700,000 people, you know. The one tribe ended up just going there and just duppying everyone, bro. Everyone. The tribe was just on an absolute madness. Could you imagine? This happened in like the early 90s as well. So imagine, yeah, when you have a genocide like that That's not that long ago.
The
So
early
think
90s
about
is not long ago at all, my brother.
right. This is what I'm saying. So imagine now, like the trauma that is happening in that country, but also there's a lot of recovery. So for them, obviously, 120 million is a lot of money. They're definitely gonna take that. And I think for them, they also know that they had an atrocity that happened there at a certain point. So that country essentially is wanting to be seen as like underdevelopment or whatever. And it is like they are developing the country and stuff like that and whatnot. And they want to be seen in a certain way and not just with the all of what's happened with them or whatnot. But it's where it seems to be unfair is that the people that are leaving their countries to come here or to come to like anywhere, wherever it may be, whether it's here, whether it is in Italy or wherever it may be, they're coming there on the basis that like their country is dangerous. There might be a civil war, there might be a war, there might be an element of political danger for them, where they could find themselves killed because they are with a political party or whatever it may be. And for those guidelines, when you go to a different country, you are allowed to seek asylum under those terms. You're allowed to do that. So now that the British are basically saying, well, nah, man, fuck that. Like, fuck this international asylum seekers law thing. Fuck that. We're just going to ship you over there because they're saying we're shipping people over there to deter them from being in this country. People are looking at that and saying, all right, you've done that and you're doing it with these lot, but why was it, that when the Ukrainians was in a pickle and they started coming here, you lot started making up these schemes for people to come and stay in the yard. You know they were doing that, right? Where they're saying, okay, boom, like you can, what was it, £300 a week or some shit they were willing to give you.
One guy took out a Ukrainian woman and got a new wife.
What?
Yeah.
Serious?
He ended up getting one Ukrainian woman to move in the yard, bust out with her, started a new thing.
So she started living with him and now that's his wife.
Come on.
Do you know what? He's taking advantage of that because hear what I'm saying now, She's come to the yard now. He's getting the quick free bills or whatever. She's come from trauma or whatever it may be. She might feel like she needs to give up the Panan bread now.
Ukraine? Everybody are Korean over there, dog.
Right. So now I've got to give up the Panan bread, whatnot now. Boom, boom, because the flat's all nice and whatever it may be. Obviously, he's feeding me and whatever it is now. So obviously, I need to just, you know what I mean? This is what he wants now. So I've got to give him that. So now they're living in all of this. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to get down on one knee and propose. She can't say no because what? Now, where's she going to go? Fuck her that.
If she says no, and now I've got nowhere to live.
Now I've got nowhere to live. Right, exactly. Yeah, the free bills don't mean nothing to him. All this time he was trying to get some Panan bread and
that's
live in
all
harmony.
He wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm dead.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. I don't know if I love that still. But anyway, so it's just all of the inconsistencies, isn't it? It's like how they treat some people to how they treat other people. The Ukrainian thing, I mean, it wouldn't be as bad if they were maybe more straight down the line and more consistent with everyone. England's not the only people that are doing that, by the way. Australia do it, Israel do it, and I think Denmark do it. They have and America's about to start doing it too, America is about to start taking their immigrants and sending them over to Spain. Do you know what is more mad as well? Hear this, How have they got 10 people on a fucking jet, Heathrow Airport or whatnot now, to go and ship to Rwanda, and there's a fuel crisis. So what? There's 10 people on a you're gonna put 10 people on a jet, and you're gonna fly a whole jet with 10 people on it. You're gonna fill this tank up with just for 10 people in it. What's going on? Make this make sense. Do you know how much it is to put petrol in a Ross Clark plane? That's big dough, That's probably like, I don't even know how much. I didn't want to speculate. You could Google that. But that's a lot of money.
We're
and
living in a lot of
people
confusion.
on a fucking plane.
And then you got Drake dropping an album for Mykonos. This is what I'm saying to you. We're living in a time of confusion. Make it make sense, Chuckie. Make it make sense. I'm not happy. The more I hear, what?
That's the
this
name of the
Rwanda
pod.
thing sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's mad. It is mad still.
That is terrible, bro. Man's going Rwanda.
Yeah, and all there's like people are worried about like the human rights stuff in Rwanda, but I don't really know how they are when it comes to stuff like that. All I do know is prior to me hearing about this Rwanda stuff, I was on Google. No, I was on YouTube maybe about 6 months ago, and like I was seeing something where they were like proper building up Rwanda. Like I don't know where they were getting the peace from and shit. Maybe this has got something to do with that from an underlying thing, but like they were proper building it up and like, you know, just pitching to people like it's safe to come here. And a lot of countries want that now, but remember it's hidden under things. You get what I'm saying? And that's not really the problem. The problem is, why are you treating these people a certain way and not the others? Essentially, that's the problem.
The real problem for me is this. For me, I've done a little video about it on my Instagram. Just for me, it's my problem. If East Africa, you mash up my house, you've mashed up my house, and I have to pay to move into your house, I have a problem with this. Africa has been mashed up by so much European countries, and then you give us money, but it's almost like backhanded. Like it's like we take the money, but then there's all of these stipulations it comes with. You mash it up in the fucking first place. Why can't you just repair it and let us just repair it and do what we want to do? There's all these stipulations that come with the situation. Visit Rwanda on Arsenal tops. Then now send it. Fucking hell. If the country had a civil war in the early 90s, the last thing they need to do is to be policed on how they govern and deal with this money. It's their problem. They have more of an understanding about it. You should come in and help them, guide them to where they need to go. Not kind of force them, police them to do something you want them to do. It happened in Jamaica anyway. A man burnt down the yard, so we're not in it over
I
there
think
in
if anyone's supposed to give the if anyone's supposed to give the Rwandans money, it should be the Belgians.
Brother, they're all brethren, fam. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the senior individuals in Europe, you're all brethren, fam. You're all brethren. You showed that Russia's not your brethren, but you're all brethren, fam. You're all out here, Ukraine this, Ukraine that. But like when we're saying Rwanda, we see it's isolated. We don't have that support for the African nations where all the African countries can go support Rwanda because we're all going through it over there. I saw something on Vice the other day in 2012. I didn't realize what was happening in fucking, is it Liberia? Where they're actually eating each other and bare things like these. Cause these are practices apparently taken over from the Americans, bro. About the war that they started with each other was something they learned from the Americans. This is what I saw on the Vice doc. And I'm just like, just me and my conscience, cuz like if you rob someone in your life and you become a big man and you see them and you know they're doing work, cuz you're gonna want to help them. There's that sort of like, oh my god, did I sort of do something bad to get you to this point? And these nations that have just absolutely destroyed Africa and given them stipulations in order to give them money is bollocks, bro. Yeah, it's absolute bollocks. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself, man, but you're not.
Yeah, they're not.
You're not. You got PP with the big back off in the Houses of Parliament chatting shit.
More than that.
At least appear in a music video in a bikini or something, fam. What the fuck, man?
Hey, thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah, love.